Hey guys, welcome to the workshop. In today's video, I wanted to share with you a quick tip that's all about using plywood to the maximum, so stick around. So every time that I have a project in the house that requires plywood, I am faced with the decision of what kind to get. And most of the time, if it's something small, it's easy to want to go buy one of those 2 foot by 4 foot sheets from the big box store. And while they're not all that expensive, it's not very cost effective, especially if you use a lot of plywood in your shop. The best tip that I can give you is if you use a lot of plywood in your shop, go ahead and buy your 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of plywood. And the reason being is obviously there's a cost difference. If you did the math of that 2 foot by 4 foot square piece of plywood, you're going to be paying probably double the price of the 4 by 8 sheet that you could get, and maybe get it cut down to fit in your vehicle. I personally have a small car, and it fits in that car very well after cutting it down. But let me show you an example that I just did recently that'll better help you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the simple fact. You can buy a 4 by 8 sheet of plywood for $29.68. Okay, now you can get 2 by 4 plywood for $12.52. So do the math, and if you take this and try to match the same amount of wood, you're coming up to $50.08. So you're comparing that to this. You're spending a little bit more than half for the same amount of wood, and you're going to have a whole lot more wood left over with a 4 by 8 sheet. And so here's my thing. I have my plywood that I just bought, and I have a small car, so this all has to fit in my car. I needed two 16-inch strips, 4 foot. So this is 4 and this was an 8. I did go with a 4 by 8 sheet. So what I did is I had a 16-inch strip cut in the store there, another 16-inch strip cut right there, and this remainder I had them just cut it in half, roughly in half, just so I could fit it in my car. So that left me with 2 pieces that were between 3 to 4 foot each, and that's a lot of wood that I don't need for my project. All I needed was these 2 16-inch strips. This is over half of the wood left that I can use for projects. But if you did a 2 by 4 sheet, and we're going to do ahead and draw another one because I had to use 2 of those. We wanted 16 inches of it, so we are going to cut off a little strip on both of these. That's leaving you with this waste of a material that is a little bit weird to use because of the grain pattern, and it's long. You probably could use it for some shop-built drawer fronts, but other than that, you're very limited on what you can use. And quite honestly, the price of buying 2 of these, you spent that to get a 4 by 8 sheet, and then you have all this extra. So there's no point in buying a 2 by 4 sheet versus the 4 by 8 when you can just have this cut at the store. Now granted, if you're not going to be using this all the time and you don't really use plywood all the time, well, for the sake of having random wood around your house, this would definitely just be your option. But you're going to pay a premium price for the convenience factor, and to me that is just not worth it. Okay, so I hope that quick tip helps you out and helps you understand the reason to just go ahead and buying the larger sheet versus the smaller sheet of plywood. If you like this tip and you found it informative, please let me know in the comments below. Maybe if there's something you would do different, let me know that as well. But be looking forward to more tips from me here on this channel, and more projects and more DIY things. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time right here in the workshop.